2002 sees the release of the first Bomberman mobile game. There were actually quite a lot of Bomberman mobile games over the years. An RPG, a platformer that expands on the gameplay from Pocket, ports of earlier games. Problem is, the vast majority of these were exclusive to iMode, a Japan-only subscription service for phones that also offered games and remains completely inaccessible to the wider gaming public, and could be lost forever fairly soon. Check out Did You Know Gaming's video on the subject to learn more about that. Luckily, there are playthroughs of these games on YouTube, but untranslated, so I'll just make the executive decision now and not cover the Bomberman mobile games as part of this journey. Just know that there are tons more games being released on iMode parallel to the ones I'm covering. In February 2002, we have Bomberman Max 2, Bomberman version and Max version, localized to Blue Advance and Red Advance internationally, released for the Game Boy Advance in all regions. Again, I'll be referring to them as singular sometimes. Planet Bomber was peaceful, ain't the first time we've heard that one, when suddenly Bomber Base is attacked. Why is the moon not pink? It's really bizarre. The Higgy Higgy Bandits attack. The Grunts have been present these past games occasionally, but they haven't really appeared as a faction since their introduction in Saturn 6 years ago. We also haven't seen Mujo since then, except for that odd comic. And Mechadoc isn't present, just Mujo. So they break into Bomber Base, and when Bomberman and Max confront them, Mujo starts Operation Mini-Mini. He activates his machine and runs away, leaving Bomberman and Max to be shrunken down. Dr. Ein can't come to help or he'll be shrunk himself, but he sends them some Carabombs and tells them to enter the machine and destroy it from the inside to get back to normal size. So just like in the first Max, we play as either Bomberman or Max, with Max using lightning bombs. Every stage has a condition to beating it, multiple exits. We collect Carabombs, improve their stats, connect with another cartridge to have them battle each other and fuse them into new ones, and send some of our completed stages to our buddy with the other version to make them accessible. Mechanically, it's a straight-up sequel to Max. One new thing to note is that we can equip Carabombs now, and we end up riding them? So Pommy is a mount now? Riding a Carabomb, we gain an active or passive ability such as more firepower, speed, line bomb, just like in Tournament. We start in the Garden stage. If this music sounds familiar, that's because Terminal Montage has been using a remix of it for his credits music for quite some time now, and he made that old animation based on the NES game. You're more of a Bomberman fan than you're letting on, aren't you? Occasionally, a Higagrunt's foot will stomp the ground, but otherwise not much happens here. Oh, the portals are nice enough to tell us which level they're leading to, but only if we've already been there, so not actually very useful. Instead of purple pads and using a legit remote control, we walk over this flag to enter a minigame for some extra goodies. The boss of the garden is Udri? No known relation to Petunia from '93. The boss defeated, we shut down one of the 5 nodes here and move on to the library stage, where we fight erasers and monster books. For some levels, the other character, Bomberman or Max, will join you to help clear out some soft blocks. The boss of the library is this book. On to the dining stage, where we face soup cans, ladles, monster forks, and this oven. The tool shop stage has gears, plugs, fans, and this odd combined robot. Finally, we're at the lab stage with light bulbs, UFOs, generally more mechanical enemies, teleporters, and finally, Mad Brain, this brain in a jar. First phase is similar to Bagheera's first phase in '94, then it floats around with grabby arms, then you hit him and destroy all the smaller parts before they reform. We've reached the end and... oh right, this isn't the end. We need to clear all the other stages on the cartridge. With that done, both Bomberman and Max grow back to size, Mujo tries to escape. What were they doing while Bomberman and Max were trapped? They didn't take over the universe or prepare for their escape or something? They were just chilling outside this whole time? And your character blasts off to shoot him down. The end. But of course, that's just the 80% ending. We need to connect 2 differing cartridges to send some levels over to clear everything. In the 100% ending, both characters grow back to size and chase down Mujo. No matter the version, Mujo fires a missile at Max, which Bomberman takes out, allowing Max to shoot down Mujo. The end. No credits. Overall, it doesn't expand too much on what Max 1 was already doing, but it's still the same Bomberman gameplay we've come to expect. In June 2002, we have Bomberman Generation, released in all regions for the Nintendo GameCube. In Cosmic Year 2000X, Dr. Ein was researching the bomb elements to see how its energy could be used for good, when suddenly the cargo ship is attacked by the Higgy Higgy bandits and the crystals fall down to this planet here, Tentacles. And so Bomberman needs to go gather them before the bad guys do. The main theme of this game appears in quite a lot of places, and in fact kind of replaces the battle mode music from the 90s in many games from now on. We start a new file and...
Bomberman, it's me, Professor Ein.
Professor? Thought you were a doctor. Oh well. He summarizes the plot for us again and urges us to go to that planet and get the bomb elements. Also, the Crush Bombers are involved in this and are well known as rivals, and he sends Max to help us out.
I'm gonna do it my way.
Max seems more, mean than he was previously. Bomberman is quite a bit taller as he has been, with a smaller head and golden arm shackles and a bandana, and it looks pretty cool. He doesn't talk in this one, at least not to other characters. We can choose between the first 3 worlds and do them in any order. Let's start with Tantasia. What is this music? What's up with these enemies? Second Attack had these sunglasses dudes and jazzy music, and now we're left with this? Might just be a personal preference thing. Okay, maybe I should charge a big bomb for this.
To move the boulders, make a big bomb.
Thanks, Ein. So our controls are basically what they've been for the Baku games. Explosions are round again, and we can kick and throw at any time without power-ups. Our heart meter is more standardized into these big hearts that turn into smaller ones. We can collect permanent health upgrades, and we can't lift enemies anymore.
Use the big bomb.
Thanks, Ein. We can turn the camera, and though the maps are bigger again, the path forward is more clear than in Baku 1. So we jump through teleporter stumps, bombing Higa grunts. We can also dam rivers. And I don't mean dam. I mean, damn, it's right here in the manual. And oh look, it's a red portal with our first Carabomb and Lar. The Carabombs are inhabitants of this planet. But then how did they appear in Max 2? And how are they native to Fantarion in Tournament? And how did they appear in Max 1 on the planets there? The Carabombs give us abilities again, and after the first one, they need to be acquired by battling them. Again, we collect items to improve their stats and...
These containers may hold Carabomb feed.
Thanks, Ein. Hey, I'll try to kick bombs under...
Use bomb kicks.
Thank you, Ein. Occasionally, there's a green portal where we can play a minigame.
Enter this portal to play a minigame.
Yeah, okay, Ein. We play a minigame to get an item we can later fuse into a new type of bomb. Usually every stage ends with a mini-boss of some kind, and we exit with the arrow again. Next, we move forward by
crossing the lake.
Jeez, you're worse than Navi. Luckily, if you're replaying a level, he only talks at the start and then shuts up, but throughout the first playthroughs of every level, he interrupts you a lot. Especially in the first few.
Find a way over the water.
Especially in the first few levels. Our first merged bomb is the Aqua Bomb, which can put out very specific fires and nothing else. It doesn't have a different explosion shape like in Second Attack, nor does it do different amounts of damage to different enemies. It puts out these very specific fires and that's it. Halfway through Tantasia, we face the first of the Crush Bombers, Megaton Bomber, who attacks with a flail. On his last heart, the music turns into our main battle theme music. This is the case for every boss. We continue on to the settlement. Whose settlement? Oh, these guys' settlement. Purple face much? The manual said the uncivilized planet of tentacles. We're after the bomb element that just happened to land on their turf. White Bomber makes no attempt at explaining that to them. He just barges into their settlement, destroys their houses, murders everyone. When did Bomberman become a game about colonialism? We climb the mountain.
Keep going up!
We climb the mountain, atop which we face a bunch of spear guys and then the chief balancing on a ball. Oh dear. So after that regicide and partial genocide, the surviving tribespeople summon this mammoth thing. It disintegrates and we get the first bomb element. Ein congratulates us and no comments are made as to how the tribe is going to recover from this. So let's go to Octo Ocean. Really not too much happening here, just beating enemies, doing puzzles, carabombs. We briefly fight Beauty Bomber, then we need to cross the ice.
Cross on floating ice.
Yeah, a minigame where we ride the motor bomber we haven't really seen since the GB games, and we get ice bombs, which again work just like regular bombs except that they freeze spouts. Not anything else, just these spouts. Then we face this squid brain thing. Sometimes Max will interrupt a boss fight and do some damage to the boss.
No thanks needed.
And then run off again. That's his entire contribution to the plot. The squid defeated, we get the next bomb element and move to Taco Desert. Oh look, I could kick a bomb under here.
Use bomb kicks.
I guess this cactus dude still has those sunglasses. The desert has a lot more puzzles with these quicksand portals and bomb switches. The crush bomber we face is Eagle Bomber, looking kinda like Nitros. We move on through these desert ruins with more puzzles. Bomberman's speed is 34 kilometers per hour? And the gimmick of kicking a bomb under a platform to launch it up returns as we climb this tower. We obtain the wind bombs that blow leaves up and nothing else, and move up to face this pharaoh dude. And we get the third bomb element. Now we can backtrack to older areas and use the Carabomb abilities and different bombs to reach other areas and collect more stuff. But it looks like the Higa dudes have the other bomb elements, so let's go to their moon base. We have some more fun with bomb jumping and mine carts, and then face Assault Bomber, who is pretty insane. In the next level, we obtain the light bombs that turn transparent things solid. As usual, that's their only purpose. We fight against this Power Ranger Combined Robot Brothers thing. They're really polite and compliment us as we fight them.
Nice shot. You're good.
We get the fourth bomb element, and Aiden decides to pester us some more. The Higa Higa Bandit's base materialized. Okay. And then we get this scene out of nowhere. Okay then. We board the fifth world and, oh right, bomb shielding. It's in the manual, but not needed until here. Hold a bomb and press another button to block attacks from the front. Further along, Bomber Elite, the leader of the Crush Bombers, shows up.
It looks as though I'm the leader of the Crush Bombers.
It looks as though? By the way, this is a dude. Ein specified him as such, but the English dub might throw you off.
Watch your step.
His death scene is very odd.
I'm happy it was you that defeated me.
We continue our trek through the base with lots of puzzles and stuff, and then face, oh, those fire things from the last world. They combine into a giant three-headed phoenix. What is the significance of them being from the boss stage of the last world? Nothing is said about this, so we're left to wonder as we get the fifth bomb element from them. The bomb elements don't do anything in this game, they're just the thing we're collecting. The worlds have gotten shorter. The first 3 were 6 levels each, but worlds 4 and 5 were just 4 levels each. As the Higa Higa base is destroyed, this ship called Armor Joe emerges. Then Ein starts coughing?
You must. You must. Good luck, Bomberman.
The world is just 1 level, this battleship. Also, remember Mujo's English voice from Saturn?
You keep getting in my way, Bomberman!
Well, now it's this.
Bomberman! If you want the bomb element, then you must come to me!
So we walk along this ship, destroying it.
Destroy the battleship!
Wait, weren't you just coughing 5 seconds ago? What was that about? Are you okay, Ein? Are we gonna follow up on that?
Stop the battleship!
Okay. Finally, we make it to Mujo.
I'm surprised you even made it here, Bomberman! But praise you? Nah!
Who turns the last bomb element into this giant skull monster. No separate final boss music, just the regular boss music. We use various bomb types to make it vulnerable, and as it is defeated, Mujo flies off.
I'm going to get you for this!
The bomb elements are reunited and fly off into space. Oh look, Max is there. So you still exist. The narrator preaches to us about handling our own hearts and souls or whatever, and the credits roll. Bomberman rides his floaty motorcycle with yet another rendition of that main theme. The end. We can go back and collect all the lightning cards, which unlocks Max as a playable character for battle mode. Speaking of which, battle mode has 5 different modes. Survival mode, which we've always had. Reverse mode, which is just panel paint mode from Online Dreamcast. Coin battle, similar to the earlier mode from Second Attack, where we gather coins from the stage. Dodge battle, where we can't place bombs but they fall from the sky and we survive for as long as possible. And revenge battle, where everyone is in a revenge cart and we kill as many enemies as possible. Despite being a 3D game in the campaign, the battle mode is locked to the grid and explosions are cross-shaped again. Also, normally the different colored bombers are to distinguish the players, but if you've unlocked Max, then everyone can play as him, leading to some confusion. Oh, and our Victor minigame is PK Bomber, where we try to hit a power-up while the other players try to block. So the story, mechanics, and overall atmosphere are kinda toned down compared to, say, Second Attack, but bright and colorful has its place too, I suppose. This isn't our last 3D adventure game, though.